Hey guys, this is Toni Miranda of Toni.ph, and I am the Radiant Influencer. And today, let's talk about why self-love matters. We are often told that we should love ourselves more than others. But if you come to think of it, we are frequently taught to love others more, to the point that we bend over backwards for people who will not do the same for us. So we hear stories about people who are feeling so used, alone, and just not worth it. There's nothing wrong with loving others unconditionally. It does, however, become a problem when you do not have a clear idea of how to love yourself unconditionally. Let's talk about what self-love is not. One of the greatest myths about self-love is that you should indulge yourself with everything that you want. Self-indulgence can take in the form of emotional eating, casual sex, retail therapy, and consuming alcohol and drugs. I'm no stranger to this. You know why? There was a time in my life when I battled stress with shopping. I found comfort in using my credit card to just buy anything that I want. In my mind, my shopping was just an act of kindness, like showing love to myself. In reality, all the things I did in the guise of love myself never really led to sense of long-term happiness. So what is self-love really about? It's about prioritizing your basic physical and emotional needs. I believe that self-love focuses on caring for your personal welfare before you care for others. Self-love, comes in different forms. Self-love takes the form of healthy diets, regular exercise, what else? Personal practices that keep you in good shape physically, mentally, and emotionally. Self-love is a matter of importance. It took time for me to understand and to get out of this bondage, closed mindset that self-love can be selfishness, that maybe I'm self-centered. We were made by God who loves us unconditionally. He created each one of us for a special purpose that will glorify Him and Him alone. So if we do not take care of ourselves, we are like telling God, I do not appreciate your love for me. You see, we were not just created for nothing at all. We have a purpose. God gave us unique gifts. God gave us a lot of, I can say, unconditional love because He values us. We are important to Him. It is important that you have a fuel source or a source of love that is not dependent on things, on people, or anyone and anything that changes. And self-love is something that should be anchored from the right source, inspired by the right source, and coming from the right truth. Is there such a thing as the right truth? Because when we understand the real meaning of love, we will come to know that self-love will not only help you fill those gaps caused by expectations from others to give you the self-love. It is so important that you have something to fuel your life with love without relying on people to do it for you. Self-love will not only help you fill those gaps other people may leave, but it also offers the following positives. First, it gives you greater life satisfaction. Just imagine a life not depending on others to fill you in, to encourage you, because you can do it on your own. Appreciating yourself helps you appreciate life better. When you have better self-confidence and know that you are fulfilling life's purpose, that you are created for a reason, and that you have God with you, you become more positive, or you now develop positive attitudes towards the future. Second benefit is helps us have better mental health. Self-love keeps you from drowning in a pool of, personal negativity, disappointments, frustrations. Individuals who struggle addiction or other mental health concerns need to develop a positive relationship with themselves. Next is reduction in stress. Loving yourself means giving yourself a break from stress. And without those last minute doubts about yourself, you can complete projects minus the worries. So now that we know the importance of self-love, let's learn the right way to love yourself. The way I love myself before is more of how I learned it from the society. Everything that I used before as a way to love myself are based on labels. When I say labels, how the society has defined self-love, how the commercialism in this world have defined self-love. And still, after following their tips, techniques, and even recommendations, I still found myself struggling. In spite of thinking that maybe I need to give myself that much awaited reward or self-love, I actually overdo it. I became so selfish. So it is only by God's grace that I'm getting better at practicing self-love. That's why I'm very excited to share with you simple tips. First, start by investing in your spiritual growth. Remember, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And it's not just the fearfully and wonderfully made. We were made by the God who loves us. God loves you and me. According to Matthew 10:30-31, it speaks a bit about his love for you. Look back in your life, the number of hours, the number of activities, the way you spend speaks a lot about where you focus on. Grow more your love for him by learning more about him. It's so difficult to anchor on his love, to understand his love, when we do not even know him, right? But once you understand his attributes, once we understand his love for you, once we know more about his purpose for everyone, once we study more the Bible to learn more about him, learn more about his guidance for you, attend Sunday worship, listen to sermons, join a D group. That's very important that you are not doing this alone, because self-love is also allowing yourself to be loved by others by learning together, growing together, what else, carrying each other's burden, loving one another. That is one thing that I really saw here as I learned more about the word in the Bible and as I learned more about God. He taught us to love him and love ourselves, or love others as you love yourself. So it's very important that we invest in him, so we now have a clearer view, a bigger picture of what self-love really is. Next is to invest in your personal growth. One way to show self-love by investing in honing what God has already provided us. Let's invest in our personal growth to hone our talents. List down everything. List down all the strengths, all the things that you think or you see you need to improve on, so that God can further use you for his bigger purpose. Example, you see that your natural talent is into writing. One form of self-love to hone that talent of writing is to invest in learning more how to use it properly, how to be effective in doing it or applying it, and invest in courses that will encourage you more to become that writer or that person who will encourage another one to also hone their writing skills or talent. When you make time in planning out how to have that personal growth, which courses to attend, who do I get for mentorship or coaching, you are actually telling God that, Lord, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you with this gift and talent that you have given me. And because of that, I will not waste it. Self-love is not also wasting and abandoning the talent that God has gifted you with. That's why you will be intentional now to invest with your personal growth. Third is invest in pampering yourself. We are not robots. We also get tired. We also get burn out because we are still in the world. We are in a society or world wherein everyone is just rushing everything. We get tired, so we need to pamper ourselves. Pamper yourself every now and then. Of course, you make time for work, but you have to make time for rest. Anything that is for health reason or for your wellness. Unwind by visiting a spa or maybe nowadays because we have different ways of pampering ourselves. You can also choose or order your favorite food, but make sure it is also healthy because you are already applying self-love and you don't want to be sick. Loving yourself is taking care of yourself and being good stewards of the body that God has fearfully and wonderfully made. Self-love is the fuel that keeps you going for another day. It is something that inspires you and to share love with others. Remember, self-love matters and we need to understand what is the proper way, what is the right way, or how do we love ourselves properly. Because when we align the method, the system of loving ourselves with the Lord, it will fuel or it will strengthen you. It will be your energy. It will be your fuel to overflow, to, give that love to others. Let's be that salt and light. Let's be that radiant influencer, teaching others the proper way of self-love. There you go. So I'd like to hear from your thoughts on our topic about self-love or why self-love matters. And please do check on the links below or on my links because we are pouring out love to you. So we will be giving you free course and avail it because that's my way of showing you love. And why can I give you love? Because I was able to apply the proper way of self-love to myself. So let's all inspire, influence, and create positive impact so we become extraordinary inside and out. So thank you for joining me. This is Toni Miranda, the Radiant Influencer, transforming leaders to become radiant influencers to amplify success. See you in the next episode.